Hey, what's up, guys? It's Apollo Uchiha here, back with a new short movie. The name of this short movie is What If Naruto Was the Only Male in Konoha 12, and yeah, guys, it's an unscripted movie as well. Now, before continuing this, if you haven't, then please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. And without further ado, let's begin with our story. Our story begins at October 10th. It was a devastating night for Konoha Gakure no Sato, as the Nine-Tails Biju was released and caused destruction and havoc inside the village that night. But the brave shinobis of Konoha Gakure no Sato, under the leadership of the third Hokage, Hiruzen Sarutobi, who was retired from his post, and fourth Hokage, the current Hokage of the village, fought valiantly to protect their homeland. At the cost of minor destruction inside the village, they were able to prevent it, with minor casualties, as the QB finally disappeared. As the clan heads, after protecting their clan, arrived at the battlefield, where they knew their friend was fighting. As they arrived, they saw that Minato was breathing his last breaths. As Tazunimi asked, "Minato, where is Kushina? I don't see her." "She is dead," Minato said, as he coughed up blood. As she saw it, "Oh." As Hiruzen then said, "Minato, what is going on? I sacrificed my soul, Hiruzen, to Shinigami, so that Naruto can be the new Jinchuriki." "Naruto?" "Yes, he's mine and Kushina's son, over here. Please promise me, everyone, that he will be protected at all cost. I know what a loss can do to people. I know the life of Jinchuriki. Please, let my baby boy and Kushina's son and mine son to know the joys of childhood. Please, don't let him grow up so fast, Hiruzen," he said as tears started to shed as he said his final words to Naruto in front of everyone. "Naruto, I'm sorry, my son. This was the only way I could prevent it. I know you will be strong, even if you hate me. I will always love you and be proud of you, as your mother would be as well. Grow strong and be a kind and honest person, Naruto. That is all I ask. You have already made me proud by becoming the Jinchuriki and holding on to this burden for the whole village's sake," Minato said as he finally breathed his last words and died. His body was now limp there, as there was a giant hole in his chest. As baby Naruto started to cry, his cry was so loud that even the sky started to rumble. Clouds started to gather up because it was going to rain heavily. As Hiruzen rushed and picked up the child and started to walk away. "Okage-sama, where are you going?" As he closed his eyes and shed tears after Hiruzen stopped. "I'm going to the council chambers. I'll be damned if the final wish of Minato Namikaze will be damned like this. I will protect this child's happiness, even if it's the last thing I do," he said as he walked away, as everyone with a new determination followed. As the Anbus gathered the corpses all around them, even their Hokages. After half an hour of tortuous walk back to the council chambers, because there were shrieks and blood-curdling cries from all over the place at the destruction and the death of their loved ones. It was heart-wrenching. They steeled their hearts to walk around it and enter the council chambers, where the elders and the civilian council members were seated, with great worry on their face, as Danzo was the only person who was, well, plain old, no expressional face on his face, as everyone entered. As they were surprised to see Hiruzen carrying a child. As he sat down on Hokage's seat, they realized that their fourth Hokage was no more if Hiruzen was reinstated. As Danzo was the first one to break the silence. "It seems Minato made a new Jinchuriki. What happened to the previous one?" Jinchuriki? What a drag. I'll explain them," Shikaku Nara said as he stood up. "It is the only person who can hold the Biju inside of them, keeping them imprisoned, locked away, so that it will not harm us." "You mean it's a human child?" "Yes. Who else? A deer's child?" What a drag. Okage-sama, why do they even bother coming here? They are not going to even realize the extent of a burden a person could hell, and they are going to make his life living hell if they don't understand. Only if they knew. As everyone nodded, as the civilian looks quite out of place and sheepish. We're not that bad. Yeah, you wish. As he sat down, as Hiruzen said. Now before continuing this, yes Danzo, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze is the new Jinchuriki, heir to the Namikaze and Uzumaki clan, as per the last words of both Minato, which could be testified by not only me, but the whole Shinobi Council who were standing there. Yes, everyone said in unison, as it was already enough wars to outcast theirs. And he's under my protection, ours as well. Both Hiyashi and Fugaku said, as well followed up by every clan head there. Now Naruto had enough power to be kept safe, and his heritage should be kept secret. Amira said, no, it will be released inside the village only, because if someone dare to attack, there will be guards always watching for him, even if it is our own or someone from outside. It will be dealt with like a assassin should be. As everyone gulped, as Mabuki stood up. Sir, are you sure that the demon didn't take over the boy? First off, civilian, did you learn the seals? No, Hokage-sama, I cannot use chakra, she said sheepishly with embarrassment. Then, how can you even come to conclusion all by yourself? Pathetic, Hiruzen said, as everyone was shocked with Hiruzen's cold behavior. As Hiruzen looked at his old teamers who were about to protest, you two, I will not have your bullshit anymore. If you want to live in this council and listen to other matters as well, then you are welcome to stay. If you want to argue on this matter, get the fuck out of here and never come back. I'm done being your bitch. As everyone was now shivering, it was Kamino Shinobi, the professor sitting in front of them, not the Hiruzen Sarutobi, the kind grandpa they all knew. As Danzo for the first time felt fear, he was losing grip of the situation, and well, it looks like the situation slipped through his hands. He couldn't get his hands on the Jinchuriki. And Danzo, don't even try to interfere in his life. If I found it that you were interfering one way or another, he said, indicating that Danzo's route was known to him, you will be hanged by my hands, and your death shall come painfully. That much I promise you on Sarutobi's name. And this goes for everyone else. He will be personally executed by my hands, and in front of his whole family, to be made an example out of. As everyone shivered as they left, this meeting is adjourned. As they left, everyone also left home, leaving baby Naruto and Hiruzen in Hiruzen's arm, as both Tsunade, the godmother from Kushina's side, and Jiraiya from Minato's side, godfather, arrived in a puff of smoke. They were just outside Konoha when this was happening. They were visiting here because they knew Minato and Kushina are going to be parents, and they were going to meet their godchild. Sensei, where are Minato and Kushina? They passed away. The Kyuubi was released by an unknown masked man who claimed to be Madara Uchiha. And, well, Minato sacrificed himself to make Naruto the new Jinchuriki. I see. So, what happens to the child? Asked both Hiruzen and Tsunade. As Hiruzen looked at him with shock. You two were supposed to be his godparents. What do you mean? Aren't you going to raise him? Well, Sensei, I don't know. He reminds me of Minato. After looking at him, I don't think I have the will to continue this. I'm out of here, he said as he walked away, shocking Hiruzen. As Tsunade also said, I'm sorry, Sensei. I can't. I lost everyone. And I don't know. I don't know if I can raise him. I only agreed to this because I saw Kushina as my daughter. Then he should be your grandson, Tsunade, not only your godson. I can't see him like that. It isn't like that. He's only born. And in my eyes, he's the reason she's dead. Pathetic, he said. Get out of my eyes. Never show your face here again, Tsunade. What? You blame an innocent born child for the cause of death of a full-grown woman. You must be twisted inside your head. I can say this much. If Hashirama Sensei and Tobirama Sensei aren't disgusted by you, I am I am, as hell. But Sensei, I'm sorry, I didn't know I wasn't thinking straight. You are not allowed to be interfering in his life ever again, Tsunade Senju. You have lost your rights on all over him. You are forever to be banished from his life, never to interfere. So as you, Jiraiya. He knew because Jiraiya was hearing the whole situation from outside the door. His eyes widened. He was thinking of returning later on when the child grew up. Now he knew he couldn't interfere. I will train him personally. And this time, I'm sure as hell he wouldn't be a disappointment of a student as the three of you were, he said as he turned around. As Tsunade walked out, tears started to well up in her eyes, because this was the first time Hiruzen said these mean words to her. As she was shocked by herself that how could she blame an innocent child for the death of his own mother, who was now an orphan. As she was disgusted at the thought that she for a moment thought about that, as Jiraiya was feeling guilty now, as she was, as both of them went away to drown their sorrows. As everyone returned home, they met with their daughters. As Hiyashi met with Hinata, and Hizashi was playing with Neji, who was her older sister and cousin. As we go to Inuzuka house, Tizunmi was happy to have her second daughter playing with her eldest. Kiba was born 2 months ago, prior to the whole Kyuubi attack, as everyone else also had their daughters born, 2 to 3 months in difference. As we go to Naruto, Naruto woke up as his blue eyes looked at Hiruzen, as Hiruzen smiled, as Naruto giggled. And from then on, Hiruzen knew he was going to be the perfect grandfather figure in his life, and sensei as well. Time skip. 5 years later, we see a 5-year-old Naruto writing Fuinjutsu in his, calligraphy pages end with brush. As Hiruzen arrived, Naruto? Gigi, Naruto said as he rushed towards him and gave him a hug, as Hiruzen chuckled. What is it, Gigi? Let's go for a walk around the village, my boy. Today I'll show you a restaurant that I often used to go. I can't say that his parents used to go though, he said. Awesome, Naruto said as he went with his grandfather to enjoy the restaurant that he enjoyed normally. As after their return, Asuma returned with a letter. Hey dad. Asuma-ni-san, Naruto said as he rushed towards him and gave him a hug. As Asuma chuckled. It was like that for the Sarutobi family. Naruto was the glue, only keeping them together and making them a family again. And Hiruzen knew that it was a damn good decision to keep Naruto there. For 2 reasons. For 1, to keep him safe and fulfill Minato's wishes. And 2, he was the only person, a bond that kept their families together, and not only that, he also was, his, grandson for real. As his other grandson, Konohamaru, also saw Naruto as a big brother figure. The baby will stay with his big brother Naruto all the time like glue, much to everyone's surprise, even his mother. As time went by, Naruto was progressing slowly. He even was such a prodigy that at the age of 4, he unlocked his chakra. In the meantime, Jiraiya and Tsunade started to send gifts for Naruto for reconciliation, but Hiruzen wouldn't let them interfere anymore. They already lost that right in his eyes, and he wouldn't let Naruto shed any more tears, because when he realized that his parents are gone and he was living with his foster family, it might broke the child, and he was in fear that day because it will come soon. Time was passing by like wind. As after everything, they returned home and rested. The next day, it was a normal day for Sarutobi household, as Naruto then said. A new thing. Hey Gigi, is it okay if I go to park to play? Do you have any friends, my boy? Well, no, Gigi, I was hoping to make some. Good luck, my boy. You can go. Asuma, why don't you drop Naruto there? Hi, Asuma said, and I'll be heading out towards the land of fire from there on. Yes, Asuma. I wish you well. Good luck, son. Thanks, Dad, Asuma said, with a smile. of his own as he left with Naruto. As after Naruto arrived there, Asuma said, "No, Naruto, did you remember the path back to our household?" "Yes, Asuma-san, you don't have to worry. I always remember the path to everywhere I go." Yeah, Brad. Well, anyways, see ya later. I'll be back in 2 to 3 years. Yes, Asuma-san, I'm gonna miss ya. Me too, Brad. Me too. As Asuma vanished in a puff of smoke, as Naruto started to wander around inside the park, as he met with a few bunch of girls sitting around, as Naruto entered in front of their circle. Hello, as everyone turned towards him, as some of them blushed even, because the boy was cute itself. He had blonde hair, which was spiky, and blue eyes, deeper than ocean, and 3 whisker marks, and a bright smile on his face. My name is Naruto. Can I, play with you?" Yes you can, Naruto," said a girl with brown hair and 2 marks on her face. Her name was Kiba. "Name's Kiba Inuzuka, the heir to the Inuzuka clan. And this is Akamaru, my new ninja hound. I just got him." As Akamaru yipped, as Naruto said, "Wow, a puppy." Naruto said, "You're so cool, Kiba. You have a pet." "He's not a pet, he's my partner," as Akamaru agreed. As Naruto then saw an Uchiha fan, on the girl's back who was sitting down. As Naruto said, "Wow, you're an Uchiha." As the girl looked towards him, "You know about us and our clan?" "Yeah, you have that cool eyes that goes red with 3 tomos in them, right? What are they called again? Sharingan. Wow, you know much about us." As he looked at the pale eyes, who were completely white. "And you're a Yuga, right?" "Yes, name's Hinata. Nice to meet you, Naruto." "Wow, you look pretty." As Hinata's eyes widened, this was the first time anyone outside their clan called her eyes pretty. "What? I mean your eyes and your hair. It looks pretty on you, Hinata-chan. It makes you look cute." As he turned towards another girl who was lazy, as he chuckled, "What? I guess you're a Nara, right?" What a drag. That confirms my suspicion. "Wow, you're some kind of smarty pants, aren't you?" said one of the other girls, who was none other than Neji. "You're an Yuga as well. Wow, you have dark hair, not dark blue, right?" To be honest, you look kinda cool like that." As well, as Neji looked away and blushed. Your words won't flatter me. So, which clan are you from?" "I'm raised by Gigi. You know he runs the village. He wore the Hokage hat and all. He's the Hokage of the village." "You mean you're from Saratobi clan?" asked Neji, because she was the oldest one. "Well, I live with them, so I guess. But you have the normal clan mark behind your, vest." "Oh, this is a Uzumaki clan symbol. Gigi said we wear it, and every shinobi wear it because it shows that we are friends and allied with them. Uzumakis. I'll ask about them when I get home to Dad." As everyone got to know Naruto, even Rock Lee. She was a bob haircut girl and always full of energy. Well, Naruto was quite surprised by that, and they all played together. As well, one day Naruto wasn't there as every girl was waiting. "Hey, how come Naruto isn't here?" Kiba asked. "Yeah, he said he will be." As well, Hiruzen himself appeared there in a puff of smoke. I hope you're all doing well," as they all said. "Hokage-sama. Where's Naruto?" "Naruto isn't feeling well. He is sick. So I am here to deliver this message from him. He was quite worried that you might hate him because he stood up on you. He says he's sorry and he apologizes he couldn't be here. He really wants to be, but he's sick." "What do you mean he's sick?" "Well, he's not really sick. He's just, quite tired. He was woken up the whole night studying the calligraphy for the seals." "You mean Naruto is learning how to make seals?" "Yes, he can make paper bombs and, chakra suppression seals. For his age, that's quite interesting." "Cool. He can also make story seals by now because last night he learned it." "Awesome. Seals are cool." said none other than Kiba. So when can we meet him? Not today. He is, well, sleeping like a log. And he has slight fever. So that is why I'm here to deliver this message. Anyways, hope you enjoy. As he puffed away in a puff of smoke. As every girl just sat down. As Ino then said, I'm going to eat my whisker cones. As Sakura then said, what do you mean by that, Ino? It's not yours. As every girl was listening attentively to that. What do you mean? He called my hair pretty and my eyes as well. He called me cute. As he did to us as well. What do you mean? Naruto is two-timing on me? Ino said, at the age of 5. No, he's not. He calls us cute because he is good at giving compliments and he's honest with us. Said Neji. If you're going, we're going as well. As Ino glared at Neji. What do you mean by that, Neji? And plus, I'm pretty much sure Naruto will fall for me eventually and will be married. As Sasuke was sitting there, stood up. What do you mean by that, Ino? I'm sure he'll fall for an Uchiha, not for you, Yamanaka. Oh yeah, you wanna go Uchiha? As well, there was a catfight that night, and every clan head was quite surprised, because all of their daughters were yelling Naruto's name and fighting with each other. And well, only Hinata was sitting there, with a slight blush at the thought of Naruto and her being married. As when Yashi was the first one to separate them, as he asked Hinata what was going on. Hinata, what is going on? Why is everyone fighting? Yes, Neji, I want to ask the same question. You were never the one to fight. Well, Hinata, explain. Oh, Tosan. Well, Naruto is sick today, so we were hoping to visit him when Ino said that Naruto-kun was her. Yeah, he is. As Ino said, as Inoichi was quite surprised by her proclamation. As well, Hinata said, and everyone got mad at that and started to fight, as everyone facepalmed. Curse you and your genes, Minato, you womanizer. Now they understood what was going on. Well, how about this? If you behave like good girls, Tazunmi said, we might just make an arrangement so that all of you could be married to Naruto. All of us? Won't you agree to that? Tazunmi asked everyone. Plus, Naruto is a good boy. I have met him before, and even Kurimaru likes him. As everyone was quite surprised by that, Kurimaru was the only person in Ninja Hounds that never liked anyone, even Minato himself or Kushina. Well, other than Tazunmi, that is, and her children, he had to, well, bear with them. As Kurimaru stood forward and thought, yes, he's quite a good child, if I say so myself. Quite patient and well behaved. Unlike Tazunmi's brutes or your child here. As Tazunmi grew a tick mark. What do you mean by that, brutes? Well, he pointed at Kiba, who was bleeding and had a tooth that was lost from her teeth. Hey, Kachan. Hey, Kurimaru, she said. As Tazunmi sighed, as everyone snickered at that. As everyone rushed towards Hokage office after taking their children home. And well, it was quite an interesting sight for Hiruzen that night. What? I'm sorry, I didn't understand. As Tazunmi spoke for everyone as a spokesperson, we want our daughters to be arranged married with Naruto. What the hell are you thinking? Well, he was going to be placed in CRA eventually because he is the last of both Namikaze and Uzumaki clan in Konoha. I guess this was inevitable. So, who are going to be his fiancés? As everyone listed their daughters, Hinata Yuga, Neji Yuga, Sasuke Uchiha, and Ino Yamanaka, Sakura Haruno, surprisingly by Mabuki Haruno, who was also there, and Choji Akamichi, Shikamaru Nara, and Kiba Inuzuka, and Aburame Shino, and Rock Lee by none other than Guy himself. Wait, what? Guy, what are you doing here? Well, Hokage-sama, my student, Rock Lee, has taken a shine to little Naruto. Her flames of youth have surpassed even mine at this age, as a sunset genjutsu was there, as tears started to well up, as volcano erupted in background. Everyone covered their eyes. Curse this genjutsu. I will find a way to break it, said Fugaku Uchiha, as everyone was thinking along the same lines. And that is why I want this meeting to be arranged. It will not only blossom her life and as well as our youthful energy to work hard. I guess I know where you're coming from, guy. As everyone's sweat dropped, Fine agreed with that, as he created a form, as everyone signed there. And, well, Hiruzen signed as well from Naruto's guardian perspective. And he had to take a form back home to get Naruto's signature or thumbprint, as everyone else would do. As after returning home, he saw Naruto getting up. "Hey Gigi," he said, still sick, his cheeks red, burning with fever. "Hey Naruto, how are you doing?" "I'm doing fine now." "Say, is everyone mad at me?" "No, Naruto. Well, it's quite opposite." "Say Naruto, would you be fine if your friends became your family?" "I'll be more than happy to, Gigi, if they become my family." Naruto said, not quite understanding the whole concept. Even if he was intelligent, he was still dense as Minato was. As Hiruzen then said, "Good, my boy. I have your thumbprint here and your signature. I know it's quite hard, but can you do this?" "It's fine, Gigi." Naruto did as he was told, and he finally fell asleep, as Hiruzen just smiled, as he called his daughter-in-law to check up on Naruto, as Naruto's fever had gone down but he was still tired. That's what she said, as Hiruzen left back to his office. After arriving there, he gave the documents to everyone, as one by one, every clan head went home and returned, as Hiruzen with the stamp of Hokage made the document official, as with the help of seals, 13 copies appeared, one for Hiruzen and the rest for everyone else, as they all returned home with the document, and informed their daughter of this arrangement, as they were squealing like schoolgirls after the whole night. Squeals were heard. And time went on and they entered the academy, and Naruto was quite surprised, because from that day onwards, everyone was quite seemingly close to him, and Naruto was happy with that, but something was different now. He was always blushing after seeing his friends. He didn't know what was going on with him, but it was a good feeling in his heart. He wanted to protect them from anyone else. Whoever glared at them or looked at them with a funny way, he will punch them in the face without thinking. He was also a prodigy. He was on Flying Raijin, third step. 4 steps needed to complete that process, but he was already on the third one. He already mastered the Rasengan on his own from the scrolls that his father left. He also mastered the chakra chains from his mother's side. As when he sat down in his class in the first year, on his left side was none other than Hinata, and on his right side was Sasuke Uchiha, as everyone else was surrounding Naruto, mainly his wives, unknown to him, as the civilians were sitting other than that. As Sakura then said to Ino, who was sitting next to her, "Hey Ino." "Yes, Sakura." "How come Sasuke and Hinata get to sit next to Naruto?" "Well, it's their turn. Tomorrow's ours, so be patient." "I don't get it. We all love Naruto equally, and he likes us back, right?" "Yes, he does. What do you mean by that? Why didn't we confess to him?" "Dad says it's too early. We have to become Genins to confess our love, remember?" "Oh yeah, I forgot." And the academy was quite hilarious for Naruto, because whoever tries to talk to him, girl or boy, was dealt with either Sasuke, Hinata, or the rest of the girls. As time went by, Naruto and everyone else came to the end of their academy, as Naruto was already 13 years of age and mastered the Flying Raijin, much to everyone's surprise in Konoha. As the shinobi was quite surprised with Naruto, because he was at the age of 13 and the new user of the Flying Raijin technique and the Yellow Flash of Konoha, as he used that quite often now, as the villagers were quite surprised with Naruto's progress, and they didn't bother with him at first, but they were getting intrigued by him and his existence now. As Hiruzen was quite surprised with the results and happy nonetheless, because he knew that Naruto could achieve that goal, and not only that, pass the academy test as everyone else. As today was a team placement day, as it was going to be a hassle today, as Kakashi was the first one to enter surprisingly. "Hey Hokage-sama, I hope I'm the first one." "Yes, you are, Kakashi. Team placements won't begin until an hour." "Yes," he said to himself. "I want Naruto Uzumaki, Sasuke Uchiha, and Sakura Haruno in my team." "Why though?" "Because Sakura has a potential of being a medic, And not only that, Sasuke Uchiha, I can train her to wield the Sharingan properly, I hope so. And as for Naruto, you know why. He's a genius and, well, he might be the bond in the team as well. I see where you're going with this, Kakashi. I agree with you. As on the school ground, Iruka Mino gulped to himself. Oh, Kami, please be with me on this one. Okay, so today is the team placement day, and you will be officially Genins of Konoha, said Iruka to his class as he began the team placements. As finally Team 7 came. Team 7 will be Naruto Uzumaki no Mikaze, as every girl breath hitched. Sakura Haruno, yes, she said. Oh, sorry, she said, looking at that her sensei was quite surprised by her outburst. As she sat down, as Naruto just tickled. It's all right, Sakura. Yeah, I know you're, well, happy that you're with me. I'm happy as well, he said, as Sakura blushed and looked away. And Sasuke Uchiha. As Sasuke smirked at everyone else as they glared at him. Damn you, Uchiha, were the thoughts of everyone else. As in her minds, Sasuke was jumping up like a schoolgirl who just succeeded in an evil plan. As she sat down next to Naruto, as every other team was as in canon, much to their irritation, but they were happy nonetheless that they were with someone they knew. As time passed, their sensei came one by one and took them, as every girl hugged Naruto and kissed him on the cheek and wishing him good luck before leaving, much to the irritation of Sakura and Sasuke, as both of them glommed onto one of the arms of Naruto. Nay, Naruto-kun. Yeah, what is it, Sakura? How much do you think our sensei will take? What do you mean? How much time do you think he will take? Oh, I don't know. Perfect. She waited for 10 minutes and nothing happened. He might take some time. Oh, Naruto, she said, as she became irritated when she saw that Sasuke was the first one to steal a kiss from Naruto, as she was horrified at what she saw. And she screamed, "No! Sasuke, how could you do that? We came to an agreement, remember?" I don't agree with no one. I was the first one, and I see my chance to take it, as any Uchiha should. As Naruto, on the other hand, was blushing like mad. Sasuke? What was that for? Silly, we are all engaged. Didn't you remember? Oh, now I see how Gigi meant as my family. They are all my fiancés. I have to treat them carefully. As Naruto then kissed Sakura as well. I hope you're not mad, Sakura-chan. As Sasuke then said, "Hey, what about me, you dope?" Oh, sorry, Sasuke-chan. As Naruto hugged her and kissed her as well. As Naruto opened his arms and both of them hugged him, as Naruto hugged them back. As Naruto for the first time felt loved, not a familial love, but loved as a other love, you know. As their sensei arrived and they went to the training ground 7 that day, after seeing that how they interacted, Kakashi was happy and was waiting for the new Uchiha as well, or coming on from his student. As they passed the test and aced it, were surprise of Kakashi because he was on guard and using his Sharingan because Naruto was using his flying rising technique and Kakashi was getting easily beaten and outnumbered with the speed of Naruto's rising. It was much faster than Minato, from 8.9 seconds that is, which was going to be more deadly in the future. As time went by, they did their D-rank missions after becoming a successful team, and they were now doing their first C-rank turned A-rank mission, in which they defeated Zabuza. After showing him that Naruto could use the flying Raijin, he, decided not to interfere with this mission anymore, because he knew the kid was dangerous if he could use the Yellow Flash technique. As Haku also knew the legend behind it and left. As when God arrived, Naruto's eyes turned red after what God proclaimed to use as his wives/girlfriends as slaves. Well, Naruto went on a massacre and killed everyone brutally, as with the influence of Kyuubi. As Naruto, after coming to his sensei, barfed and was shaking. As with the help of his sensei and his fiancés, he calmed down. After returning, his fiancé gave him a treat, as every one of his fiancé was there. As Naruto, had to give each and every one of them kisses and hugs and went on dates with them. Lucky for him, he knew how to use shadow clones when he stopped Mizuki, the traitor. And Chunin exams came and Naruto was able to perfect the first 2 exams without a hitch. Or he even was able to outsmart Orochimaru and get his teammates to surprisingly safe distance, which was close to his tower, and giving them a kunai until he hold them off. And when the kunai was dropped there by Sasuke, Naruto sensed there with the yellow flash, as Orochimaru was quite intrigued by Naruto, and now knew that he was already much faster than his father, which was intrigued and trusted him. As Naruto entered the castle and slash tower with his team, they were met with Iruka, who was quite proud of them, as everyone else entered so slowly one by one, and preliminaries were held, as Naruto had to fight Kiba. Naruto neck chopped her and, well, bridal carried her back to the room. As, well, next match was Neji versus Hinata. Well, there was no animosity between them other than that Hinata was the first one to get Naruto's kiss, then later on her. She was mad about that. Hinata, because you took Naruto's first kiss from me, and my first kiss before me, I will beat you for that one. So be prepared, I'm going to be serious. Come on, Neji Nesan, I'm serious as well. As both of them fought valiantly, before Neji, well, rendered her unconscious, as Neji became victor, as Naruto sighed and came downstairs and hugged Neji and congratulated her for her, well, performing well, as made a shadow clone to carry Hinata back to the, well, medic beds, bridal carry, which made Neji quite jealous, as she became limping as well, as Naruto sighed and surprised at the antics of her girlfriend and carried her as well. As the matches began and they finally came to an end. After 1 month of break, Naruto trained into summoning scroll that his father left and summoned Gamabunta at his first try, and well, from then on, they were training on. Gamabunta was quite surprised that it wasn't Jiraiya, it was this boy who summoned him. He couldn't sense Jiraiya from miles away, but he knew that Jiraiya was looking from 200 meters and 1 mile away with his telescope that he used to peep on women, and was quite proud of Naruto for summoning Gamabunta on his first try. As Gamabunta's test was simple, Naruto had to stand on his head, and Naruto perfected it and aced it. After that, he taught Naruto how to summon frogs, and Gamakichi became his close friend and his personal summon, as he even summoned Fukusaka and Shima, and both of them told after the tuning exams he should come to Mount Miyaboku to become their student and learn the sage arts, and Naruto agreed wholeheartedly, as Gamabunta was quite happy with Naruto being his summoner because he was the first summoner who was quite respectful other than Minato, that is. And 1 month passed like that as the final came, as Naruto passed his test, as it was final match between already God of the Sand and his girlfriend slash wife Sasuke Uchiha. As the match began, Gaara lost his control and became the first tail, and the attack began under Orochimaru's guidance, as Naruto with the help of Yellow Flash was able to wake Gaara up before even the attack began, and was entered the Hiruzen Seal, in which only him and, well, Orochimaru was fighting. As he arrived there, he saw Edo Tensei's rise from the ground. 3 coffins rose, as it was first Hokage, second Hokage, and fourth Hokage. As Minato saw Naruto wielding his 3-pronged kunai in both hands, as he gasped, as he looked at Hiruzen, as Hiruzen smiled. As he smiled back, "Hello Naruto, fourth Hokage. How do you know my name?" "I guess you don't know. I'm your father, Naruto." As the first and the second looked surprised at this. "Father?" As he looked at Hiruzen, as Hiruzen looked sad and nodded. As Naruto smiled, "It's okay, Didi. I always knew, but I guess my suspicions were true." "You knew, my boy?" "Yes." "Well, I'm happy and thankful that you took care of me. I still see you as my family, but we have to take care of him." Before Orochimaru could slap some seals on them, Naruto did, and took their control instead. "Damn it!" Orochimaru said, as with the help of two yellow flashes, Orochimaru was beaten and bruised badly, enough so he couldn't use chakra in his arms and legs. As the first and second Hokage was quite surprised. "You two perfected my technique, I see." "Yes, Naruto, you're quite faster, even than me." "Yeah, by 9.8 seconds. Oh, that is going to be deadly in the future," said Tobirama. You made me quite proud, Naruto Uzumaki. "You have perfected my technique to such extent. Well, I am hoping to take it one step ahead. I guess I will. Yes, will of fire burns deeply within you. Carry on your will, little ninja. We'll see you from above. The three of them said as Naruto removed the seal as their body crumbled. I'm proud of you, Naruto. Thanks, Dad, Naruto said as Minato went away. And everyone was quite surprised that Naruto was the hero who protected everyone, as the shinobi from the Suna were now fearing and covering in fear because they heard what the Yellow Flash said, 9.8 seconds faster than him. Well, there was going to be massacre as Naruto turned towards them, battle ready, as they retreated faster than anything else ever seen. And well, it was time for the entrance of Akatsuki, as they were ready to attack, but they heard the bad news. As Naruto heard a news from Gamakichi about them and what their mission was going to be. So, after reluctantly saying goodbye to his girlfriend and his family, he went to Suna because he knew they had to gather the bijus, well, from number wise. So, the first target will be Shikaku from Suna. As he entered there, everyone was fearing as Naruto told them that he was here to protect Gaara because Akatsuki was going to make their move on them. And true to his words, the Idara and Sasori arrived, but they were surprised to see the Yellow Flash there, the new Yellow Flash, as with a flash of bright yellow, both of them were unconscious and tired. And, well, the truth-speaking seal that Naruto invented, with the help of that, they blurted out their location, and well, Naruto went to each and every one of the Jinchurikis from then on number-wise, traveling throughout the elemental nations for 2 years, and well, protecting each and every one of them from Akatsuki members, rendering them unconscious and chakraless, and giving them to the village to capture them. And it went on like that until he arrived to Iwagakure, as there he met Kuretsuchi, who was a hot-blooded, hot-headed girl. I'm sorry, Kuretsuchi-san, but I'm just here to see Tsuchikage. Is it too much to ask? You're the son of Yellow Flash. I'm sorry if my father did something to you, but it has nothing to do with me. He's already dead. But you aren't. As Naruto calmed down, and well, got his three-pronged kunais out, as she was now God. As Naruto threw one, before she could capture it, Naruto was behind her, and his kunai pressing to her neck. Please calm down. I just wanted to talk to him. As Oniki arrived, what is it you want to talk to me? Tsuchikage-sama, it's nice to meet you. Well, the thing I wanted to talk about is that Akatsuki. Yes, what about them? Well, they are going after the bijus. They are going to revive the 10 tails. I have read in the book, if the 9 tails are gathered and the Rinnegan wielder is there, he can summon the husk of the 10 tails from which the 9 bijus are originated. And if the 10 tails is revived, then it will cause destruction and it will be the end of the world. It was a book written by Hagoromo Suzuki. Here, you can read it. As Kuretsuchi delivered this book to Oniki, and after confirming it was an old relic from the past, Oniki came to know. How can we trust you? As Naruto suddenly clutched his head as his blue eyes disappeared and slitted eyes appeared, his whisker marks grew darkened as his canines were visible. As the Jinchurikis arrived, mainly the four-tails monkey, as he took over his host, Roshi. What are you doing, Kurama? Shut up. I have to talk to this old fool. You fool. My host is speaking the truth, as much as I hate confirming it, said a demonic voice. Is this the Nine Tails? Everyone thought in fear. Yes, I am the Kyubi no Kitsune, and what this fool is saying is true. If the 10 tail is revived, you are all doomed. He is the most mindless beast out of all of us. His one tail is enough to destroy 8 villages together with his swing. Fear what the future holds if you are not able to stop this Akatsuki, said Kyubi as Naruto clutched his head again. As he woke up, I'm sorry, what happened? You don't know? No, Naruto said. He's telling the truth, Roshi said. I see. I'll believe your word, Naruto Uzumaki no Mikaze. But we still hate your father. Well, I never met him as well. He died when I was born. And he made me the Jinchuriki as well, so yeah, I kind of held a grudge for him as well. But not to that extent, which you guys do. As Naruto spent a week there waiting for Akatsuki, until the Akatsuki was going to attack, and during that time, Kurotsuchi was tasked to look out for him or see him if he was doing anything suspicious. And well, Naruto was being nice to her and all, which caused her to well blush all the time because he was kind of handsome and at the same time being nice, kind of like a gentleman, unlike the brutes in Eva. And well, she fell in love with him. And when it was revealed to Oniki and Akatsuki, he was quite surprised, and Oniki saw it and saw that it was time to let the bad blood between him and Konoha go finally. And he agreed with Naruto and reluctantly got him married to Kurotsuchi. And even if Naruto revealed that he had many fiancés back home and was already in CRA, that didn't matter to any of them. And Kurotsuchi was happy to leave with Naruto after capturing the Akatsuki. They traveled to Taki for the last time to save Fu. The only thing they have to do was now go to, well, Kumo. That was the only village left. After capturing the two Akatsuki members there, they went to Kumo and met with, well, some quite good and surprising characters there. And Naruto spent some time with them and learned how to rap with Killer Bee. It was quite interesting. And Killer Bee already cursed when Naruto rapped his first song. It was quite good, and even Yujito was quite happy with what Naruto wrote. As Bee was saying, "Oh, legend of the rap gods, please tell me how to rap like you." I just wrote it down, Sensei, just like you told me. Your rap is better than mine, he said begrudgingly. But hold on to your tails, number 9. I'll be coming after you, ya fool, ya fool. As a huge boom was heard, it was Pain and Conan, as Kumo, alongside with Naruto, fought valiantly, and at the end, Kumo was able to prevent and capture Pain and Conan, and both of them and their dojutsu was sealed and they were sent to Blood Prison as the rest of the Akatsuki. Tobi and Zetsu were the only remaining, as Naruto returned because it was his turn, as he saw the village was about to be destroyed before he smashed 2 kunans in their heads, which caused the kunans to explode, killing both of them instantly. As Kurotsuchi said, "Wow dear, that was quite surprising." "Sorry honey, I had to save them, you know. They were going to, oh my god, they were going to detonate the whole village." "Wow, is there a seal that powerful?" "Well, it is in front of me from what the Matrix read." Cool. "It's not cool, Kurotsuchi-chan," as Naruto was glowed by all the girls, which caused Kurotsuchi to grow a tick mark. "I heard you have some fiancés, honey, but not this much." "Well, I told you." Either way, I still love you, and I guess one more wouldn't mind, right? Girls, yeah, we can't live with one girl more, as, well, Naruto became the hero of the elemental nations by stopping the Akatsuki single-handedly with his flawless technique, and Jiraiya Tsunade watched him from afar. Naruto didn't mind. He was kind enough, well, didn't bother with them. He knew what his Gigi told him at the age of 12. He was quite sad what his godparents did to him, leaving him and abandoning him, so he was going to ignore them for the rest of their lives, just like they did. It was kind of his revenge, even if it was petty, but, well, revenge is revenge, and it is always sweet, as per his words. And, well, Kaguya's dreams were ruined and she was sealed completely off. And Naruto became the new double S rank shinobi, the Yellow Flash / the 5th Hokage of Konoha at the age of 16, and married to 13 girls. Well, line-wise, Hinata Yuga, Neji Yuga, Sasuke Uchiha, Kiba Inuzuka, Shikamaru Nara, Choji Akamichi, Shino Aburame, and Kiba Inuzuka, and Rock Lee, and Tenten, and some Ino Yamanaka, Sakura Haruno, and, well, Kurotsuchi. These were the girls he was married to, which was quite big enough for his harem, and, well, he was going to be a father of many, many children to come, as it was like he was going to make an Uzumaki and Namikaze clan with one go. As Jiraiya was already cursing his student, no, his ex-godson's luck, and was, well, going to do anything to be in his shoes, but he was proud of him, even if he wasn't involved in his life. He was proud of him. And so was Tsunade, but it was already too late to be entering his life. as this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, as this is Apollo Uchiha and I'm signing out.